This lesson is compare two property values using the compare attribute. The objectives for this lesson are to compare two values to ensure they are equal. A real common use of this is to compare one password field to another. So the compare attribute is where you pass in a string of the property that you wish to compare to. So for example, let's say we had a public string password, and then we have here a public string confirm password property. You can now see the compare attribute there in bold that says compare against the password property. So what it does is just ensures that those two values are exactly the same. Let's take a look at comparing two password fields using the compare attribute. Go back to the user class, and above the confirm password property, let's enter the display name, which is confirm space password, and let's add the compare attribute with the name password, which points back to that number 10 there. Now, instead of hard coding this, because what would happen if you renamed, you might want to consider using name of here and do user.password. That way, when you do rename, or if you happen to rename that password property, that will also get renamed and none of your code will break. Now, to try this out, let's go ahead and go back to program.cs and replace the credit card back to that user entity. Now, take a look on lines 10 and 11 where I have a password and a confirm password, and as you can see, they are different. So when I do run this, we see the default error message come up that says confirm password in the single quotes and password in the single quotes do not match. And just like all the other attributes, we can add a custom error message to our compare attribute. So if you don't like this particular message, you can change it. Let's go back to our user class, and on the compare, let's go ahead and add in an error message now, which you can see here, where you can use the placeholder 0 must match the placeholder 1. So if we now run this, I like this better because I don't like negatives. So for me, I like confirm password must match the password. In this lesson, we use the compare attribute to ensure that two password values are equal. Coming up next, build your own validation using the custom validation attribute.